Hello everyone and now welcome to a game, Starbuck and KraV versus Sheik and Bizzare. Starbuck spawning as the red orc on the bottom left hand side of the map, meanwhile KraV spawning as the red undead. They are going to be going up against, well, Sheik and Bizzare. No surprises here. On the top right hand side of the map, at the 1 o'clock position, we have Bizzare spawning as the teal orc, and then finally the teal undead. So, true mirror match here, orc and undead. Expecting a lot of grunts and crypt fiends for that front line with some magical heroes working together quickly. Tauren Chieftain Endurance Aura to move around quickly, Death Knight's Unholy Aura, all of those aspects of the game well, to try to get these units underway. I'm going to go ahead and speed things up to that critical 2-minute mark, and then, well, wish I could slow things down a bit as there's just so much action going on in the game as we already see some unorthodox heroes. It's going to be Farseer and Lich coming in from KraV and Starbuck. Meanwhile, Bizzare and Sheik, there is going to be the Blade Master and the Death Knight. So it is a mirror match, but already deviating from from each other quite quickly by choosing some interesting heroes that we don't normally see. Dual intellect-based heroes coming in from KraV and Starbuck as the Farseer, and those Spirit Wolves are already out. Now, I am not expecting anyone to tech quickly to tier 2. Both sides perhaps wanting to build up a little bit of a larger army first. We are looking at the Lich. Surprised that there was no little rabbit here. Gonna try and take down that rabbit, get some skeletal minions out here onto the board, and perhaps put in a bit of pressure. Meanwhile, the Crypt Fiend has purposely engaging against these units here as the Death Knight just now making his way out onto the battlefield. That classic older style opening where you get your first Crypt Fiend first to get a little bit of damage and then call them over. 2 Crypt Fiend skeletal minions now going after this Quill Boar Hunter, a creep camp with the Ogre Magi just being left behind. Death Knight using that Blight it will be able to clear up this creep camp quickly while healing up some of these ghouls as well. KraV going for a very fast expansion here, clearing out that first creep camp, getting up in Necropolis, and should be haunting this gold mine behind this relatively soon. Meanwhile, Farseer is already sitting at level 2 dual gloves of haste. One of them may be given to that Lich eventually, as that Lich does like to auto attack quickly with that Orb of Corruption. Ring of Regeneration also on that Lich, providing a little bit of additional healing as the battle is getting underway. Good morning, Vincent. That's not how you spell my name, but thank you. Coming back around, we're going to go ahead and clean up some of these additional units as well. Draenei Vindicator will be that last unit. Lich will be staying at level 2. Meanwhile, where exactly is the teal army? Blade Master with Wand of Illusion here. Going to go ahead and crank out some units, try to absorb some of that damage, take down that Dark Troll High Priest. Meanwhile, the Farseer coming across on the inside here, getting in some Acolytes while the tech to tier 2 has begun. This is big, as each Acolyte lost here is gonna be significantly delayed, and now that Headhunter down to 122 hit points most likely will get taken down as the Death Knight does outrun this Farseer quite well. However, well, that doesn't mean Starbuck cannot deny it. Coming back around here, Blade Master looking to finish off this Dark Troll Warlord. A lot of low hit point grunts are currently healing. There's a couple of ensnares as well, as this Dark Trapper will get taken out too. Meanwhile, it looks as though this grunt down to 24 hit points. Is the Death Knight going to be able to catch up? No, it is not. Beautifully done here. One Spirit Wolf in position, and now still just trying to get a little bit more distance going. Death Knight does have that Unholy Aura, waiting for 5 additional mana, just launching that Death Coil should perhaps be enough. One more shot there. It is going to end up getting denied. Not going to even bother allowing the Death Knight to start that animation, since the Farseer had actually lost a little bit of distance. A Lich now sitting at level 3, and with an early pendant of energy, that could be a very, very big deal. that early pendant of energy. And, well, if he wants to, just drops the pendant of energy, uses that dark ritual, and then picks it back up. It will end up netting more mana. And that, well, mana is the name of the game if you are going for that Lich first. Blade Master able to finish off one Headhunter. They're going to go ahead and try and retreat back. Quillbore Hunter actually fighting inside the base here, as the Blade Master may try to steal a little bit of experience on any low hit point unit that's running back home. All right, Blade Master looking exactly for that right now. Blade Master going to go after the Ogre Magi while being a little bit further away, letting the Farseer do the majority of that damage. The Tauren Chieftain does get his foot down, but just outside of range. Blade Master able to retreat all the way back. Tauren Chieftain of Starbuck using that stomp, but not getting anywhere really. 3/5 near full saturation. Is this expansion worth saving? Or do we see a Scroll of Town Portal, as a Scroll of the Beast is being used here with the help of the grunts? Those grunts with 25% bonus damage and normal damage will be able to finish off this necropolis and, more importantly, this haunted gold mine. All right. Where is the Red Army? Red Army is looking to clear up some creep camps, while the Teal Army looking to shut down KraV's expansion here. I guess this is an overall net advantage, being able to get in a little bit more experience, as the tech to tier 2 for Undead is nearly done. Blade Master nearby as well, may be able to finish off a couple of units here. No Nerubian Tower. Blade Master is going to have a field day inside the base. KraV's natural expansion was actually a bit more defended than the main, as the Nerubian Tower, it was not covering the was not covering those acolytes. All right, there goes a Frost Nova now. Blade Master with level 2 Windwalk will be able to get away, as the Death Knight is now going to be coupled with that Dark Ranger, and now KraV is in trouble trying to hide inside his base just a little bit, as reinforcements are on the way. Gonna go ahead and try and land here. There you are. In comes the army's Headhunter. Mass Headhunters, no grunts. Ghouls are now trying to swarm. And how effective will this be? Off to the north, we do see an expansion by KraV. So KraV is now taking the lead, or the red team is now maintaining the lead with this ninja expansion off to the north. Will it get scouted out? That is the question there. All right. Almost feels like you're playing up against Moon. If you think that you've cleaned up one expansion, that doesn't mean you've cleaned them all, as the Doomguard is going to end up getting taken down. All right, Unholy Aura for the Farseer. Farseer now going to be able to move around much more quickly. Endurance Aura on that Tauren Chieftain. He wants to get to level 3, and it does get there quickly. Meanwhile, Blade Master still, causing problems inside the main base here of KraV. Little does Bizzare and Sheik know that the expansion off to the north here is at full saturation and still mining away freely. All right, we're looking at that Blade Master trying to hide around in the back here. No Dust of Appearance, and that is a perfect Wand of Illusion there, as the Blade Master was, I believe, revealed for just a quick second. Blade Master, is it going to be revealed? Yes, it is. It is still retreating all the way back, as the armies are going to be trying to engage. Tauren Chieftain now sitting at level 3, much scarier hero now. Death Knight still sitting at level 2, as the Tauren Chieftain perhaps going to try and land a stomp here. No, ends up getting ensnared and then getting hexed. That is a big problem. Tauren Chieftain does have a Talisman of Evasion and quickly uses the Scroll of Town Portal in order to get a little bit of separation. However, Farseer doesn't get away in time, losing that level 3 Farseer, a very big loss, as the Orc army now needs to help reinforce KraV's main base. Halls of the Dead now teching to Black Citadel, but it's going to be some time before any of those tier 2 units make their way out onto the battlefield. All right, economic advantage here. Blade Master going to scout off to the north. Is he going to notice the blight? The map is a little bit different, and yes, we can see that Bizzare now sees that KraV has does have this expansion off to the north here. New expansion now being placed down by KraV once again, or trying to re-establish that expansion as the units are retreating back. All right, KraV somehow able to put up 2 expos in the early portion of the game. Was able to get a decent amount of gold out of this. 1,500 gold here, and no, not a lot of gold there at all. And only 660 gold? Wow, so only 60 gold off of that starting expansion there, so not operational for very long. But, well, it is pulling Bizzare and Sheik away from the action here while they were trying to place down pressure, and it is giving time for KraV and Starbuck to, well, level up their heroes. All right, time, the most overlooked resource in a real-time strategy game. If you have time to do things, well, you can really establish up and get even further ahead. Tauren Chieftain with a plethora of useful items, Endurance Aura, and now coupled with a War Song of Battle Drums, increasing all friendly units' damage by 7% without the need and the vulnerability of a Kodo Beast. Blade Master on the top left-hand side of the map. Well, going to go ahead and clean up this Nerubian tower, as we're still looking at a little bit more clean up down to the south here, making sure that there's no Blade Master nearby. Shadow Hunter looking to get to level 2 Pendant of Energy, perhaps going to be picked up by the Shadow Hunter, and now with some Healing Wave bouncing around, should be able to keep those units alive and well. Farseer going to rejoin up here in just a moment. Tome of Strength being left behind, some free experience as those skeletal minions make their way over. And wow, the Tome of Strength still was not picked up at all. So more Watcher Wards to try and keep track of things, as Starbuck and KraV is still playing a very, very aggressive creeping game to try and get higher levels. All right, this Tracker does get a rejuvenation, but not going to be long for this world. Sobi Mask now on the Shadow Hunter. That's going to be a lot of mana, as the Tauren Chieftain and the Farseer purposely keeping their distance. Meanwhile, inside the base, well, we can see that the burrows did not have that reinforced defenses, so these burrows are going to end up falling very, very quickly. All right, in we go. Death Coil trying to save those destroyers. Chain Lightning bouncing around already. One destroyer, I believe, was taken down, and a Crypt Fiend as well, as Starbuck needs to reestablish up those Orc burrows. He is now upside down on supply. All right. Coming back through, what is going on across here? Berserker's 2-0 upgrades coupled with Endurance Aura for faster attack speed and a weaker Warsong Battle Drums. Meanwhile, well, the expansions are now coming in from Bizzare, trying to expo where KraV originally was doing it. Bizzare, however, finally doing some creeping of his own here. Level 3 Blade Master level, we'll stay at level 3 on that Shadow Hunter, but there is just higher level heroes, it feels, coming in from the Orc on the other side. An additional level 3 hero. So 3 heroes going to be working together, and with some very strong items in, well, the Sobi Mask, Pendant of Energy, and Scroll of Healing. Should be able to go wide pretty quickly and easily. All right, in comes the army here. 2-on-1 fight. Those units are not going to want to be sticking around. One Raider easily getting taken down. Feral Rager sitting at dead. Quickly getting taken out, as we see healing wards picked up by the Death Knight. Is the aggressive creeping style of Starbuck and KraV going to be able to translate to a victory? That is the question here. Both sides are going to be fighting their way through. Look at the armies and the differences there, as we see a Cyclone pick up that Tauren Chieftain in that front position. Tauren Chieftain opens things up with a stomp. A Blade Master already in trouble. There's a Hex. He's trying to make his way back out. Tauren Chieftain not able to throw down another stomp yet. Now big stomp across the center, as he's able to just, well, shut down that front line for a very long time. Grunts are getting taken out here. Units are continuing to battle it up. Death Knight trying to save the Dark Ranger, able to do exactly that. There's a stomp. Blade Master is going to end up falling here, as the Tauren Chieftain finally low on mana. Tauren Chieftain, however, has done his work, as well. The units are in a massive retreat back. Starbuck and KraV building a very large army, building a large army, but really being led by those stronger heroes. Starbuck 4-4-3, KraV with a 4-2-2. Also, the number of items on those heroes just worked out really well for Starbuck, landing that early stomp, and well, those 3-second, 4-second stuns really added up as things just snowballed from there. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.